Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, GCVO, CSM, PC, born Camilla Rosemary Shand, later Parker Bowles, July 17, 1947, is a member of the British royal family. She received her title upon her marriage to Charles, Prince of Wales, heir apparent to the British throne, on April 9, 2005. It is a second marriage for both of them. Despite being entitled to be known as Princess of Wales, she uses the title Duchess of Cornwall, her husband's secondary designation. In Scotland, she is known as the Duchess of Rothesay. Camilla is the eldest child of Major Bruce Shand and his wife Rosalind Cubitt, the daughter of Roland Cubitt, 3rd Baron Ashcombe. She was raised in East Sussex and South Kensington in England, and was educated in England, Switzerland, and France. In 1973, Camilla married British Army officer Andrew Parker Bowles, with whom she has 2 children. They divorced in 1995. Camilla was periodically romantically involved with the Prince of Wales both before and during their first marriages. The relationship became highly publicized in the media and attracted worldwide scrutiny. FN1, in 2005, it culminated in a civil marriage at Windsor Guildhall, which was followed by a televised Anglican blessing at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle. As Duchess of Cornwall, Camilla assists the Prince of Wales on his official duties. She is also the patron, president and a member of numerous charities and organizations. Since 1994, she has taken action on osteoporosis, earning honors and awards. She has also raised awareness in areas including rape and sexual abuse, literacy, animal welfare and poverty. 1-2. Camilla Rosemary Shand was born at King's College Hospital, London, on July 17, 1947. 3 FN2, she grew up in the Lanes 4, an 18th-century country house in Plumpton, East Sussex 5, and a 3-story house in South Kensington, her family's second home. 6. Her parents were British Army officer turned businessman Major Bruce Shand, 1917 to 2006, and his wife, Rosalind, née Cubitt, 1921 to 1994. She has a younger sister, Annabel Elliott, and had a younger brother, Mark Shand, 1951 to 2014. 7. Her maternal great-grandmother, Alice Keppel, was a mistress of King Edward VII from 1898 to 1910. 8. On November 1, 1947, Camilla was baptized at Firle Church, East Sussex. 9. Camilla's mother was a housewife. 10. While her father had various business interests after retiring from the army. He was most notably a partner in Bloch, Gray, and Bloch, a firm of wine merchants in South Audley Street, Mayfair, later joining Ellis, Son and Vidler of Hastings and London. 11-12. During her childhood years, Camilla became an avid reader due to the influence of her father, who read to her frequently. 13. She grew up with dogs and cats. 14, and, at a young age, learned how to ride a pony by joining pony club camps which garnered her frequent rosettes at community gymkhanas. 15-6. According to her, childhood was perfect in every way. 5. Biographer Giles Brandreth describes her background and childhood. Camilla is often described as having had an Enid Blyton sort of childhood. In fact, it was much grander than that. Camilla, as a little girl, may have had some personality traits of George, the tomboy girl among the famous 5, but Enid Blyton's children were essentially middle-class children and the Shands, without question, belonged to the upper class. The Shands had position and they had help in the house, help in the garden, help with children. They were gentry. They opened their garden for the local Conservative Party Association summer fete. Enough said. 14. At age 5, Camilla was sent to Dumbrells, a co-educational school in Ditchling Village. 14. She left Dumbrells age 10 to attend Queensgate School in Queensgate, South Kensington. Her classmates at Queensgate knew her as Mila. Her fellow pupils included the singer Twinkle, who described her as a girl of inner strength exuding magnetism and confidence. 16. One of the teachers at the school was the writer Penelope Fitzgerald, who taught French and remembered Camilla as bright and lively. Camilla left Queensgate with 1 O-level in 1964, her parents did not make her stay long enough for A-levels. 17. At the age of 16, She traveled abroad to attend the Mohn Fertile Finishing School in Tolokienes, Switzerland. 18. After completing her course in Switzerland, she made her own decision and traveled to France to study French and French literature at the University of London Institute in Paris for 6 months. 1920-21. On March 25, 1965, Camilla was a debutante in London, 22, one of 311 that year. After moving from home, she shared a small flat in Kensington with her friend Jane Wyndham, niece of decorator Nancy Lancaster. She later moved into a larger flat in Belgravia, which she shared with her landlady Lady Moira Campbell, the daughter of the Duke of Abercorn, and later with Virginia Carrington, daughter of the politician Lord Carrington. 23. Virginia was married to Camilla's uncle Henry Cubitt from 1973 until 1979-24, and in 2005 she would become a special aide to Camilla and Prince Charles. 25. Camilla worked as a secretary for a variety of firms in the West End and was later employed as a receptionist by the decorating firm Sybil Colfax and John Fowler in Mayfair. 26. In her spare time, she became a passionate horse rider and frequently attended equestrian activities. 27. She also had a passion for painting, which eventually led to her private tutoring with an artist, although most of her work ended up in the bin. 28. Other interests were fishing, horticulture and gardening. 29-30. In the late 1960s, Camilla met Andrew Parker Bowles? Then a Guards officer and lieutenant in the Blues and Royals, 31, through his younger brother, Simon Parker Bowles, who worked for her father's wine firm in Mayfair. 32. After an on and off relationship for years, Andrew and Camilla announced their engagement in the Times in 1973, 33, marrying on 4th of July that year in a Roman Catholic ceremony at the Guards Chapel, Wellington Barracks in London. 34. Camilla was 25 years old and Parker Bowles 33. Her wedding dress was designed by British fashion house Belleville Sassoon, 34, and the bridesmaids included Parker Bowles' goddaughter Lady Emma Herbert. 35. It was considered the society wedding of the year, 36, with 800 guests in attendance. 34. Royal guests present at the ceremony and reception included Princess Anne, Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother, and Princess Margaret, Countess of Snowdon. 36. The couple made their home in Wiltshire, purchasing Bolahide Manor in Allington 37, and later Middlewick House in Corsham. 38. They had 2 children, Tom, born 1974, who is a godson of Prince Charles, 39, and Laura, born 1978. 40. Both children were raised in their father's Roman Catholic faith, particularly during the lifetime of their paternal grandmother Anne Parker Bowles. However, Camilla remained an Anglican and did not convert to Roman Catholicism. 41. Laura attended a Catholic girls' school but married in an Anglican church, and Tom did not attend Ampleforth College as his father, but Eton and was married outside the Catholic Church. Tom, like his father, is in remainder to the Earldom of Macclesfield. 31. In December 1994, after 21 years of marriage, Camilla and her husband both issued divorce proceedings on the grounds they had been living separately for years. In July of that year, her mother Rosalind had died from osteoporosis, and her father later described this as a difficult time for her. 42. Their petition was heard and granted in January 1995 at the High Court Family Division in London. 43. The divorce was finalized in March 1995. 44. A year later, Andrew Parker Bowles married Rosemary Pittman, who died in 2010. 45-46.